10 years old. As soon as I learned how to swim, then they let us, my mother and father let me get down there. Yeah, I bought a little skiff off my cousin. He was using up to the farm. He was dragging rocks around in it. So I bought it for 10 cents. It was a 12-footer. And I got it home. My father helped me. We ended up putting insulation or something into it. I even forget what it was. Then we tarred it. He put planks over it. Well, he got it so I could use it. And I used to go clogging all the time. Then Donnie Dobson, a friend of mine, gave me an outboard. That was the end of me. I rode around the pond all the time. But yeah, I was born and brought up on the pond. I fished all my life. When I got through with school, I went fishing the next day. My parents said, you can quit school, but you got to have a job. So I quit school, went fishing the next day on the Betty B. Turned out to be my brother-in-law. And yeah, just did my whole life up till I got older, and then I went into pond summers. You know, I could go in a pond summers and then get a decent job in the winter. You know, people always needed men back then. I was pretty lucky. I got back on one boat quite a few times in the winter, which was good. I liked the boat, good boat. And Betty B was a western boat. But I fished on a Jacqueline. She was an eastern rig. Four Brothers, she was an eastern rig. King Neptune, she was an eastern rig. Silver V. Quite a few eastern rigs. You know. Oh yeah, everything's done by hand then. Everything done by hand. Now they got showers on the boat, toilets on the boat, refrigerators. We never had any of that. You know. Net drums, you don't have to touch a net. Conveyors, you ain't gotta pick no fish up. You don't have to wash any fish anymore. Yeah, it's changed a lot. I saw it when it was good and seeing it when it's not so good. It was mostly a week back then, week, 8 days. When the steel boats started coming, they started going a little longer, 10 days. Yeah, I went to Florida long line. And we was down there all winter. We went up here. I went up here with him. Went to Nova Scotia. We got caught in a hurricane up there. Boy, I did a number on a boat. Blew the antennas for the radar right off the boat. Blew the big mats right off the deck. The antennas naturally came off the boat. They said it was blowing 127 miles an hour. There was a steamer outside of us that the captain talked to. He said he had 127 miles an hour on his gauge. Yeah, that was not a fun trip. And when we went into Halifax, they wouldn't let us out of there until everything was fixed. So naturally they don't have it in stock up there, so we was in there for a week. Nice place. Yeah, the first trip I ever went, I had 527 swordfish, I think, for a trip. Yeah, I fell in love with that. That was great. Yeah, but not for money. Not for money. I've been on quite a few boats just for the day. Well, no, I never been for money. I'd love to win. They made big money back years ago doing it. So when I went longlining, there wasn't many longliners around either. They were just starting out. And we did well. We did big. We even did well in Florida. In Florida, we didn't catch as many fish. It wasn't as big, but the price was just as good. You know, we caught a lot of 90, 80, 90, 100 pounders down there. Which is all right. 80, 90, 100, 150, 200 once in a while. Biggest one I think I see what we had was 380 dressed out. That's quite a big fish. You know, we get sharks all the time. See, when you hook a shark, he twists. And he goes over top of the long gear, and then he starts twisting all the gear up. We had them in Florida, right off the mouth of the Mississippi, that the sharks were so big they'd take the gear right down. Those sharks were humongous down there. You know, it looked like one-man submarines. Yeah. You want to see the shit stuff we saw coming out of that Mississippi River. You wouldn't believe it. Cut a swordfish open one day. Excuse me, one day, Dad, he was full of potato peels. I imagine somebody peeled potatoes on one of the boats, threw the garbage overboard, and they come along, sliced it up, and he ate it. Yeah. Found a nickel in a codfish one time. Still got that somewhere. When I first started out, it was mostly trash fishing. You know, you catch a few good fish with it, but mostly it was trash fish. The little boats, they held about average 40,000 pounds of trash, 10, 12 boxes of good fish a day. That's a lot of work. A lot of work. You leave at 2 in the morning, you're in at 6 o'clock at night, you get done pumping your trash out at 9 o'clock at night. Now you gotta go pump your trash water out, outside. At 10 o'clock before you get home a lot of nights, and you're right back to the boat again at 2. That nights I didn't even go home. Just stay right on the boat. And that's what I did. Didn't think anything of it. Trash fish, yeah, small flounders, yellowtail, stuff you get arrested for today. Whiting, all the whiting, hake, even squid. You know, used to trash, it wasn't worth anything back then. The trap boats used to, Willis Clark, I can remember him on the west wall here, filling his trap right up full of squid, bringing it in, pumping it out at the trash plant. You know, today you'd be a rich person. But I liked it all, Jim. Oh, Willis Clark. Yeah, that's the only one I remember. And he did it for years, and then I think his nephew or grandson took it over Peter Sprague. I don't remember how Pete did. Pete was a good fisherman. But that's totally different, you know. Totally different. Yeah. Because Fatuli's Boogaloo been around for years in Newport. Yeah, Captain Clark, he had a boat named the Wilma. I think on a west wall that I know of, and he might have had one up inside the wall by the lighthouse, but Tom is. Today, yeah, I know he did. I was just a little kid then. Well, I was quahogging in the pond, and I told one guy that was on there, I said, I'd love to take a ride with you guys someday, see how you do it. Well, Al called me right up that afternoon. He said, you want to take a ride? I said, yeah, I'd love to. He said, how about if I pay you? I said, yeah, well, okay. And that was the end of it, you know. Oh, I loved it. Al's the best guy around, you know. He doesn't kill anything he can't sell. You know, he's a good man. Jimmy, the whole gang was good. You know, I like that type of fishing. You know, you just didn't go out there and kill everything. Yeah, all my life I've never been home. You know. Yeah, that is nice. See, we get back at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'd buzz right up the pond. Knock out 150, 200 bucks. Yeah, those were the days. That's a lot of work to it. Al works on that trap all year round. I mean, all winter long, he works on that thing. But he does it all himself, you know. I can say about 90% of the fishermen, they're damn hard workers. You know, you get a few that don't want to do nothing. That's rare. They're hard workers. Well, if you're not, you don't stay there, you know. Never got to go to sea scallop, and I always wanted to do that. They do trapping just the same way they did 200 years ago. Everything done by hand. That's a good thing too, I guess. We use power to braille them aboard. Well, you know, power to braille them aboard, and that's the only power we use. I wish I could still do it. I'd like to take a ride, even take a ride with them, you know, because that's a nice ride in the morning. Sit there and drink your coffee. Oh well.